Following a 3-3 homestand, the Phillies hit the road for their longest road trip of 2015, the longest road trip of the entire season. And for Odubel Herrera, every time he comes to a new ballpark, he gets to meet and greet some fans that he doesn't know. It's game one of this four-game series between the Phils and the Cardinals. Hi, everybody. I'm Tom McCarthy. Ben Davis is back with us here in St. Louis as we get set for this four-game set. Now for the Cardinals, they're getting set to erase the memories of this past weekend against the Brewers. They won 2 of 3, but they had 3 guys who were injured in this series. One guy's back, Yadier Molina, but the other 2 are not back, and one is out for the year.
Yeah, Adam Wainwright, this is a very detrimental loss to the Cardinals. He is one of the top 5 pitchers in all of baseball. He's been their horse over the last so many years. And you see Waino slipping to get out of the box here. This is just a tough injury. We know, we watch Ryan Howard come back from his Achilles tendon. It's an injury you cannot take lightly. The rehab is very extensive, and it's going to be a while until Adam Wainwright is back on the mound.
Now, this was yesterday. Jason Hayward went into the corner to try to peel this baseball off the wall, and he pulled a groin. He took batting practice today. He looks like he's going to be okay, though, for the Cards.
I think he'll be fine, but a groin is one of those things, especially for a corner outfielder. You have to move a lot laterally. You want to make sure they take care of that right away. All
right, meanwhile, for the Phillies tonight, they'll give the baseball to Cole Hamels, who is trying to pick up his first victory of 2015. It's amazing. This is his last start. This was probably his best start so far.
Yeah, it was outstanding, and I think there were some calls that he didn't get. Whatever reason, the Phillies don't provide a whole lot of offensive run support for him, but stuff-wise, outstanding. Location of the fastball was second to none. Mixed in a lot of cutters. Obviously, he's always got the great changeup. Mixed in some hooks, but he was just flat-out nasty against the fish.
I know it sounds like a broken record for fans back in Philadelphia, but the Phillies are averaging less than 2 runs per game for Cole. Here are his numbers. We're closing out April. Usually this is his roughest month ERA-wise, not win-loss-wise, but ERA-wise. Leading up to this start, Greg Murphy got a chance to catch up with Cole.
All right, thank you very much, Tom. Yep, here with Cole Hamels, and start number 5 for the 2015 season right on the horizon for you. Coming off a very good start against the Marlins with just the one unearned run. So as you progress through the month of April, start to look at the month of May, where do you think you are right now?
I think looking forward to warmer days. I think anytime you want to get the season off right, but unfortunately, I think just what I've been able to go through, I just haven't been able to get things clicking the way that I know I'm capable of doing. So it's just, making adjustments in bullpens, making the adjustments out on the mound during the game, and then hoping that you're keeping your team within, a fighting chance. And, that's kind of what I think we all try to do as starters. When you're not able to have your best stuff, you want to at least fight to the very end and know that you gave your team an opportunity to at least pull out a win or get a necessary win. So, it's still there, and I think that's kind of what I'm, looking forward to on Monday.
You say making adjustments, during the week, and then again, when you're during the game. Physical, mental, a little bit of both?
I think, when you're out pitching, you only see the physical side. So, guys are, trying to critique you, and you're trying to critique yourself more from a physical standpoint. But, those days in between before the game, it's more of a mental challenge. It's more of a preparation, a lot of video play. You're preparing for your opponent, trying to make sure that you, can get their tendencies as quickly as possible so that you can exploit them. It really does. It's a lot of preparation that I think a lot of people don't see, behind the closed doors, and they obviously see what out on the field, those once every 5 days. So, there's a lot. A lot of us out here, we expect to be the best when we go out there, and in doing that, we have to put a lot of time in between those, in between those 5 days. Those 4 days are really can be very tough, stressful, but also enjoyable once you're able to figure something out.
It seems like when you arrive in Clearwater each season, it's pretty soon thereafter that the changeup is kind of where you want it to be, and it's the rest of the pitches that you have to continue to work on as the spring training goes and the beginning of the season. Is that a fair statement, first of all, and where would you say you are with your other pitches?
Yeah, I think the reason I was drafted and the reason I was able to get to the big leagues is because of my changeup. That was what separated me. There's a lot of people that I was neck and neck with or compared with, but the changeup is what I think got me to the top and was able to pull me through, the struggles that you go through in the minor leagues, and even I can get away with it in the big leagues. But, so that's always been the pitch that's just always naturally been there. It's just always been the other pitches that eventually get there. I know my fastball will not be as sharp, and the velocity might not be there as it is in the summertime and obviously in the fall. The curveball, I think I've worked a lot on it in spring trainings in the past, and I think this spring training I did try to focus a little bit more on it because, seeing AJ last year and how it's such a big weapon for him, and I've tried to include that in mine, and then the cutter is kind of based off of your fastball too, so that kind of sometimes can come and go, I've tried to add a two-seam fastball in there. Sometimes it works on one side of the plate, but it might not work on the other side. But it's a lot different because when things are going well, everything's working and everybody's happy, and obviously you can see it out on the field that games are obviously more in my favor, but I know it's coming.
Yeah, that's the goal, no doubt about it. Cole, thanks for your time. We appreciate it. Good luck against the St. Louis Cardinals. Tom, we'll send it back upstairs to you.
All right, Murph, thank you very much. So the Phils and the Cardinals getting together, two veterans. John Lackey making his fourth start. Cole Hamels making his fifth start of 2015. It's a return for a couple of Phillies to their hometowns for Ryan Howard. 10 home runs here at Busch Stadium. He's hoping to keep the home run ball going. When we return, we'll go to the Comcast Sportsnet studios. Phillies baseball is brought to you by Xfinity, the official entertainment provider of the Philadelphia Phillies. By Citizens Bank, one deposit checking. Keeping things simple is helping you bank better. By Toyota, where will Toyota take you? Visit buyattoyota.com to find out. Toyota, let's go places. And by Independence Blue Cross. Live fearless. Learn more at IBX.com. against the Cardinals. This will be the first meeting between the two teams. Cardinals sitting in first place in the National League Central. And the Cardinals take the field. John Lackey leads the way. Yadier Molina back in the starting lineup tonight after banging up his knee on Friday night against the Milwaukee Brewers. On a cool night here in St. Louis. Let's take a look at the Phillies starting lineup. It's brought to you by Xfinity, the official entertainment provider of the Philadelphia Phillies. Ben Revere leads it off in left field. Odubel Herrera bats second. Chase Utley hits third, followed by Jeff Francoeur and Ryan Howard batting fifth. Cody Ashley hits sixth. Carlos Ruiz seventh. Freddie Galvis, who has been smoking hot, will bat eighth. And batting ninth and pitching, of course, is Cole Hamels. And they will face 36-year-old right-hander John Lackey, who comes into this ball game with a high earned run average, 4.34. He's allowed almost a hit per inning pitched. And, you know, Ben, there's nights where his command is okay, and there's other nights where he's kind of all over the place. But he is going to try to be the foundation for this rotation now that Wainwright is out.
Yeah, he's a guy, he's a veteran guy. He just knows how to pitch. Doesn't have that velocity like he used to have. As we take a look at the scouting report, he's 90-93 with that fastball, slider, curve, change, big overhand curveball. You don't see that out of a lot of pitchers that much anymore in his career. 2-3 with a 3.38 ERA against the Phillies.
Did not face them last year. Last time he faced them was 2013 when he allowed 3 runs, all 3 runs on solo home runs. All right, it's time now for our Nissan keys to the game.
And the keys to the game for me were pretty simple, and that is basically set the table. The guys at the top, Herrera, you know, you look at Ben Revere, they have to get on base. And then Howie, keep it going. Keep it up, Howie. Ryan Howard has been hot, especially with the long ball. This is a place he has done some damage, as you alluded to, in the open 11 career home runs here.
Yeah, 3 home runs in his last 5 ball games. So we're ready to go. Ben Revere will start this road trip off for the Phils. Phillies' longest road trip of the season. Not only up till this point, which it obviously is, but it will be for the season. So Revere, lifetime 0 for 3 against John Lackey. Overall hitting .200 with no homers and 4 RBIs, but he does have 3 triples, and they all took place on the last homestand, where the Phillies were 3-3, and the first pitch of the night in there for strikes or underway. It's 0-1. Revere on the homestand was 6 for 23. He drove in 4 runs. Chopper back softly to second base. Wong is up with it. And a couple pitches, 1 away here in the top of the first.
Now, you mentioned those triples by Ben Revere. A couple of them that he hit. I forgot how fast he is. You know, he gets going. He can really pick them up and put them down.
Well, it's part of the reason why these 2 guys are at the top of the order, is to try to get something going with that speed. You know, it's been sort of stop, start for the 2 of them together. But, you know, you put the combination of the 2 on the base paths, we saw it the other night, they can move.
The biggest thing for me is if those guys do get on and can swipe a bag or 2, it completely takes the shift, not completely, but it takes a lot of that shift away from Ryan Howard. And, you know, he's been hitting some balls into that shift.
Out of play, it's no balls and 2 strikes. Odubel Herrera 5 for 23 on the homestand. Today's Lucky McDonald's Phillies home run jackpot contestant is Sam Fusanetti, Philadelphia. Phillies hit a home run in today's ball game. Then Samantha will win $100.
Good luck, Samantha.
Over the Phillies dugout, again out of play, and it remains 0-2. Odubel making his 17th start of the year. Home plate umpire is Chris Guccione. Corey Blazer is over at first base. Jeff Nelson's the crew chief. And Laz Diaz is over at third. That one's pulled foul down the right field line.
I think a lot of pitchers are going to get frustrated with Odubel. How many foul balls he hits.
Honestly, that's the glaring thing to me. I mean, besides his start, but, you know, outside of the way he hits, he does stay alive when he runs 2 strikes.
That used to frustrate me as a catcher. expecting guys to be up there just fouling balls. I'm not even the one throwing it. I'm like, did you put one in play already?
Would there be a go-to pitch that you would go to? I guess it would depend on the pitcher. If a guy's fouling a ton of pitches off?
It depends on, I mean, if they're fouling off that many, then you got to just find something that you think you can put in play or get them out with.
1 ball, 2 strikes to Herrera. Outside, 2-2. What if there's a tendency, too, for pitchers, if a guy's fouling off a bunch of fastballs over the other team, the opposite dugout, if you think, well, I'm going to throw him something different here, but then you speed his bat up.
Yeah, now I just go harder in.
2-2 pitch to Odubel, and he lines it into center field. That'll drop in for a base hit. So a 1-out single. He's aboard here in the top of the first.
Now you talk about really frustrating for a pitcher. You make all those pitches, he fouls all them off, and you still don't get them out. That's a great at bat right there.
Well, that'll bring Chase Utley to the plate. Utley really struggling at 121 with 2 homers and 9 runs batted in. He had just 2 hits on the homestand. He walked a few times. That's why his on-base percentage is just a hair under 370 for his career. Is that when he does struggle, he does somehow find a way to get on base. Not as much this year, but in past years.
I still don't like some of the swings, though, that he's had. You know, like he's not seen the ball well, very un-Chase Utley-like.
Now time is called. Got to keep an eye on Herrera. He has stolen 4 bases. The Phillies as a team have stolen the 7th most in the National League, and it's because of Herrera and Revere.
But you do have that equalizer behind the dish tonight for the Cardinals.
Yadier Molina, the perennial Gold Glover. Utley fouls it away. It's only the 6th time this year that Utley has swung at the first pitch in a ball game.
Maybe that is something he can start doing a little bit more. The simple fact that these pitchers know more often than not he's going to take that pitch, and hey, it's a free strike, easy strike.
That one's out toward right center field. On the run is John Jay, out toward the track to the wall, and he makes the catch. Odubel Herrera was already around second, so he has to retouch second in order to get back to first. Well, he put a really good pass on that one, and John Jay did a heck of a job tracking that ball down in the alley.
I was thinking there's no way he catches that ball. Came off his back cleanly, drives it out here to right center field. His first step, though, John Jay's first step, was very quick and explosive. He ran that down relatively easily.
I think Herrera was thinking the same thing you were thinking.
Yeah.
So 2 outs. Jeff Francoeur is the batter, making his 14th start. He chops the first pitch out to shortstop, and that'll do it for the Phils here in the first inning. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 man left. We'll go to the bottom of the first. It's the Phillies 0 and the Cardinals coming up. brought to you by Xfinity, the official entertainment provider of the Philadelphia Phillies. Matt Carpenter, boy, he's had a great start to the season. He leads it off at third base. Johnny Peralta bats second. Matt Holliday hits third. Matt Adams is the cleanup batter. Mark Reynolds is in right field for the injured Jason Hayward. Yadier Molina back in the lineup batting sixth. And the bottom third of Wong, Jay, and Lackey. And they'll face Phillies left-hander Cole Hamels, who's still looking for his first victory of the season. An ERA of 3.75. He has struck out 23 in 24 innings of work, and coming off, Ben, what was his best start out of the three and even the starts that he had in spring training.
Absolutely. He had all four pitches working for him in that last outing. Just looking for that first one and a little bit of run support. But we go over his scouting report, 90-93. And as the weather warms up, so will his velocity. Cutter change, curve, and career against the Cardinals. He's 2-4 with a 3.25 ERA.
And 1-2 here at Busch Stadium. His earned run average 3.8 here at Busch Stadium. He'll face Matt Carpenter to start it off, and he takes low, 1 ball and no strikes. Carpenter hitting .366, fourth best in the National League. But look at that on base percentage, .423. Straight, and he fouls it off to the right. Now to play, 0-1. Peralta had a pretty good road trip. He was 10 for 24, and he was 7 for 11 against the Brewers. Mike Matheny's team won 2 of 3 for Milwaukee. It's kind of late on that cutter, wasn't he?
He was kind of in between. He's like, might as well swing at this one. The prototypical build for a shortstop, but he gets it done. He gets the job done.
Turned out to be a pretty good sign.
That's the prototypical build for a shortstop, but he gets it done. He gets the job done.
Turned out to be a pretty good signing for the Cardinals. Not only last year, the way he played, but also the way he has started this season. And that just missed. 2-2.
I think it was a ball, but it was a good pitch. I liked the pitch before. Very effective high fastball.
He comes back with what looked like a cutter. And now it's 3-2. That's usually the speed for the changeup for Cole Hamels.
I think he tried to backdoor that cutter there.
Swing and a miss. He got it with a changeup. So he went back-to-back 3 balls 2 strikes to the first 2 hitters. But he's able to get Peralta swinging, and 1 gone here in the first.
You know, hindsight's always 20/20, but he ended up going to a full count. I don't know why he couldn't have gone to this pitch. That's one of those changeups. If you know you're going to get it, you're still going to swing and miss at it. So why not throw it earlier in the count?
I thought he was going to go to it after he threw the high fastball. You know, where he raised his eye level. Matt Holliday is now the batter. Holliday takes a strike at the knees. Boy, what a luxury, Ben, for these Cardinals. The 4th leading hitter in the National League, the 10th leading hitter, and now the 6th leading hitter in the National League. 1, 2, and 3.
See Chooch really setting up off the plate there. No 1 count. Holliday didn't budge either.
Breaking ball, and it's 1 and 2. Pitches so far for Hamels here in the bottom of the 1st. One ball, 2 strikes to Holliday. And inside and low with a curveball, 2 and 2.
Where you want to make it happen. 2-2 action pitch. Don't want to go another full count.
Well, he does. It's 3 straight full counts.
You know, I know that's very frustrating for him, because if I'm Cole Hamels, I'm thinking my stuff is way too good to keep running deep counts. Finish guys off.
Inside, ball 4. So Holliday draws a walk. Holliday's not among the league leaders in walks, but he's among the league leaders in on-base percentage. So he's at first, and that'll bring Matt Adams to the plate. Adams hitting just .245 this year, 2 homers, 8 runs batted in. He also had a pretty good road trip. He was 6 for 19.
Pride of Slippery Rock.
Grew up a Pirates fan.
Really?
Yeah. Phillies have the shift on for him. Ashe comes over from third base to join Utley and Howard on the right side. And he tries to bunt his way on. It's 0-1. You know, I think we're seeing that more and more from hitters this year. The attempt to bunt up the third base line when that shift is on.
Yep. Makes sense. I mean, it really does. You have this whole field. It doesn't even have to be that good of a bunt, and you get it down, and it's an easy hit.
Now Galvis moves over a little bit and in. Swing and a miss, and it's 0-2.
They really tied him up there.
Got him. Tied him up with 2 pitches right on the hands, and he picks up his 2nd strikeout of the night. No runs, no hits, and 1 man left for the Cardinals. Here is strikeout number 2. Little execution with Hamels and Fifth once again tonight, hitting 193 with 3 home runs and 9 RBIs. And for more on Ryan Howard, let's go to Greg Murphy. Murph?
All right, thanks very much, Tom. Well, as you guys pointed out at the beginning of this game, he likes to hit in this ballpark, and he has been heating up at the end of that homestand. You just started to see Ryan Howard's power numbers come around, so it is time now for our Lowe's Never Stop Improving player profile. Take a look at Ryan Howard's numbers through the first 8 games, just 167, no home runs. You see the slugging percentage down at 267, but over the last 8 games, he's got the 3 home runs, the 8 RBIs, and take a look at the slugging percentage, 556. So certainly that is what you're looking for out of Ryan Howard after they kind of shifted up the lineup a little bit. He's started to find his stroke, and that's good to see. Certainly the Phils could use it.
Yeah, but Murphy's batting 5th for the 5th time. He batted 7th 3 times. He batted 6th 2 different times. I think more than anything, you kind of go past the average, but look at the home runs and the RBI total over the last 8 games. And that slugging percentage that you talked about. Swing and a miss, and he struck out. So 1 away. First strikeout for Lackey.
There's a breaking ball here by Lackey, and he, like I said, he's got that big curveball, and it's a very tight curveball, so you don't really see it spinning. It really doesn't pop out of his hand at release. So when he has that pitch down zone, it can be a very tough pitch for hitters to lay off.
Cody Ashley hitting .305, couple of home runs, 3 runs batted in.
He struck me out with that breaking ball many a time.
Well, Lackey has been around. He has 153 wins. I mentioned he's 36 years old, a former 2nd-round pick by the Angels out of the University of Texas in '99. This is the final year of the contract that he signed when he was with the Red Sox, which had a stipulation in it. He signed that contract, and if he had any elbow problems during the length of that contract while with the Red Sox, then the final year of the deal, he would pitch for the minimum. Well, guess what? He had an elbow injury back in 2012, missed the entire season. So he is pitching for the minimum this year in his final year of that contract.
It's a bargain.
Well, I don't want you to feel too bad for him as Ashley walks, because he's amassed $110 million during his major league career.
Is that all?
Yeah. So yes, it is a bargain, but he's got a pretty hefty bank account right now. As long as he invested well, Ben.
That's right.
So he walks Ashley on 4 pitches.
See, shoot something in the gap here.
Carlos, big swing. And it's 0-1. Phils are hoping that this series will get Carlos going. He's a lifetime .314 hitter against the Cardinals. But he has really been struggling, hitting .196, but only 1 RBI. And he hits that one toward right field. And Ashley will stop at second. Hungry for more Philly sports? Then wake up with Rob Ellis, Jillian Mealy, Barrett Brooks, and Sarah Baker on Breakfast on Broad, presented by Virtua Joint Replacement Institute. Weekday mornings from 6 until 8 over on the Comcast Network and streaming live on breakfastonbroad.com. All right, so first and second for the Phillies' hottest hitter, and that's Freddie Galvis. He went after that curve. Ben, when last we left you.
A long time ago.
It did seem like a long time ago. Galvis was a good hitter.
Yes.
Now he is a sizzling hot hitter. Hasn't really changed too much.
Staying within himself. Brian Samrick said he's really buying into what we're trying to teach him.
That one's looped back at second base, and Peralta will make the catch. Infield fly rule was called. 2 outs. That time it looked like Lackey just jammed him.
Yeah, that's one thing he can do to lefties, is really run that pitch hard in. It has a very late cut to it.
Emil's hitting .167. That one's off the hands out towards shortstop. Peralta's got it. Flips to second in time to get Ruiz. So the Phils get a couple base runners, but they leave two. We'll go to the bottom of the second. Scoreless game between the Phils and the Cardinals. New York Mets. It's the final day of that 3-game series. All women 15 and older will receive the Phillies wristlet. Tickets can be purchased by going to Phillies.com. So are you and Jim Jackson going to go up in the Arch tomorrow?
I believe so. 1 o'clock date.
You're going to put that.
He wanted to go at 11. That's a little too early for me on the road.
No. First, what time did he want to go? Didn't the conversation start that he wanted to go at like 9? And you just laughed?
No, I think so. I think it was pretty early. And then he said 11. I go, no, it's still too early.
Well, you're going to curl your 6'5" frame into one of those little eggs to go up to the top of the arch.
You got to do it, though, right?
You do have to do it.
Gateway to the West.
You're going to take some photos, right?
Yes.
Mark Reynolds will lead it off here in the bottom of the second. Reynolds is no longer an everyday player, although with the injury to Jason Hayward, he's getting a chance to play right field tonight. Took over for Hayward yesterday. They thought they may have lost Reynolds at one point when he crashed into the wall a second time after taking over for Hayward. Hayward took a full BP today, was shagging balls in the outfield, so he's probably okay to go in the next day or so.
His name is on the list of extra men, so might see him in a pinch hit opportunity.
2 balls and 1 strike.
This is a man that can hit some far home runs.
Hit one 451 feet in yesterday's game. On the outside corner, it's 2-2.
But he also strikes out a lot.
He has struck out 200 times or more 3 different times in his career. Curveball waved at and missed. 3 strikeouts for Hamels.
Right on cue, Tom.
Yep. All right, so he's gotten 3 strikeouts on 3 different pitches.
Good breaking ball. Not the best, but again, it's that pitch that just puts some other doubt in the hitter's mind.
2 outs, 1 out. Yadier Molina stands in, and he takes a strike. It's 0-1. Mentioned that Yadier hurt his knee on Friday night, did not play Saturday or Sunday in Milwaukee. And he said after yesterday's game, he said, I can't wait to get out of here. Pops it up. Chase Utley says he has it. Nobody's covering first. Hopefully he does. And he makes the catch.
He is really pounding the inside corner to these right-handed hitters. All that's going to do is open up the outer part for that changeup later on in the game. But if he can consistently keep getting that pitch in there, he's going to have a lot of success. This is a cutter here. And the location is just, it's outstanding.
Outside to Colton Wong. Wong hitting .281. Home run, 6 RBIs.
Just can't help but think every time I see him, I just think about when he got caught up. He's in the playoff game, he gets picked off at first base. It's the only thing I can think about.
I think for a while that was the only thing the Cardinals fans could think about too.
You think about, you're a rookie, you want to make an impression. Getting picked off alone is terrible, but doing it in a playoff game.
Curveball waved at, and that is strikeout number 4 for Hamels. A much easier second inning for Cole than first. 1, 2, 3 go the Cards. We have played our for all the information, and please submit your answer on the subject line. All right, Ben, here we go. Who was the last manager before Mike Matheny to make the postseason in each of his first 3 full seasons? Answer will be revealed a little later on. I will say that I'll give you my first hint of the night on this one.
Okay.
You never played for this man.
That really narrows it down.
Mike Matheny's had a very good start to his managerial career. This is his 4th year. He has 287 wins. He's won a National League pennant. He did that in his 2nd year. 88 wins, 97 wins, 90 wins. Not too shabby, huh?
Just another catcher.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Lots of concussion issues when he was playing. He was forced to shut it down a little earlier than he wanted to.
Revere shoots it toward the hole, backhanded by Peralta, who flips it to first in time. And 1 away.
Good play there by Peralta. I mean, the ball, it wasn't really deep in the hole, but he set his feet and got rid of it very quickly. Good strong arm to first base. See him get to this ball set and get it across.
Odubel bunts it foul up the third base line. He doesn't have the whole bunting up the third base line thing down yet. If he can figure it out, I'm sure he has done it in the minor leagues before. But I don't know if there's a third baseman that can throw him out if they're not ready for it.
Yeah. We see them playing in all the time, rightfully so. But he better watch himself, make sure he stays in that box when he's bunting.
Boy, it's funny you say that. I heard AJ Przinsky the other day tell the umpire the same thing on a bunt attempt by Herrera.
catches, we're kind of programmed to look for that.
It's remarkable.
Especially for a guy that moves around as much as Odubel.
Broken bat, base hit off the glove of Matt Adams. Adams was starting to go toward first base and then to reach across his body to try to come up with that. And that should be a hit. I said it pretty emphatically, but it should be a base hit.
That's a hit. This ball just had some funk on it. The ball looked like it was starting to hook, and then it just went left.
I wonder, too, if the broken bat did something that caused Matt Adams to jump a little bit.
Oh, that thing exploded. Died a hero, though.
Chase flied out to the warning track in right center field, his first time up. And he takes on the inside corner. Well, here it is. He crushed it.
Yeah, he gets a pitch down, which is his nitro zone, and drives it out to right center field. John Jay with really a nice play and a quick reaction getting that ball.
Now, that was a topic, Murph, of conversation today with Ryan Sandberg, whether Utley's power into the alleys was diminishing so far this year.
Yeah, you talk about a perfect example of what Ryan Sandberg was talking about before the game in regards to Chase Utley. Not only his gap power, which was an example right there, but also the fact that he can't catch a break right now. And he's been hitting the ball hard, as Rhino was saying, stinging the ball time after time after time, and has really almost nothing to show for it. He's putting balls into play, but they're not resulting into hits. It's got to be a frustrating time. Ryan Sandberg was talking about back in his career when he went through a similar period where he felt like he was swinging the bat very well and had absolutely nothing to show for it. And he says he understands where Chase Utley is probably pretty frustrated right now. Not that you would see that from Chase openly and outwardly, but I got to believe that he is.
Yeah, in fact, Rhino talked about that at length the other day and said when he was in this kind of a slump, he would be more aggressive, and we saw Utley swing at that first pitch his first time up. Swings at a breaking ball, and that's the swing right there that you were talking about, Ben, where he's kind of off balance.
There's no reason for it because of his short swing. He has the ability, he has the luxury of being able to wait on pitches and see them deep. And either he's not trusting his bat speed right now, but it's almost like he's getting that thing, you know what, I'm going now. And then when things start to spin on him, the breaking pitch, he can't stop.
0-2 pitch to him. Outside, 1-2. Like he wanted that one. Way outside, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Now, we saw the other day Odubel take off from first base with Utley up. You wonder if they would be a little more patient and leave that hole open on the right side.
Not if you get a jump. Get a jump, go.
I'm with you. Got a little longer lead right now at first. And he goes and then stops. The pitch is whacked foul. He didn't get the jump he wanted.
It's really a deep cutout over there at first base. A lot of guys will gauge how far they can get out by the cutout of the grass and the dirt. But if he were to get all the way out to that cutout,
he may as well just keep on going.
That would be suicide.
I always thought it needed to be uniform.
It is deep. I mean, you see it way out in this area here. I mean, if you get out in that section, you obviously get picked off right away, but it is really cut out there.
He goes, and the pitch is hit sharply towards second, bobbled by Wong, picks it up and throws to first in time to get Utley. 4-3 on the putout, and the Phils have a runner in scoring position for the second straight inning. Wong's fortunate there because he was trying to quickly get the throw to second base. I think that's what caused the bobble.
Yeah, better be safe than sorry, but I think he was trying to shovel that towards second base. don't know if he lost sight of the ball with Herrera jumping there, but he was fortunate to still get an out.
Jeff Francoeur grounded out to shortstop, his only time up. Outside, 1-0. Francoeur was telling us a funny story today about playing for the Royals here against the Cardinals in a game that ended at about, what does he say, 3 a.m. local time?
I think they resumed it at 3:08.
Resumed it at 3:08 in the 9th inning. On the outside corner, 1-1.
Drop down there. Laredo action.
Not all the way down. He's 36 years old, Ben. He's got to use some tricks to get through some innings.
I guess.
Francoeur was saying that night or morning, the Cardinals were hoping that they would end the game because they would have won and finished up a sweep of the Royals. The umpires wanted to continue to play it because the Royals had just taken the lead. So Alex Gordon, one of his teammates, brought the diamond dry out to the dirt and started spreading it around to clean up some of the mud that had caked up over the long haul. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Francoeur.
You see Yadier getting out there and blocking that ball, and there's a reason that man has so many gold gloves. Yes, he does have a great arm, but his pitching staff trusts him so much, and he takes offense when they shake him off, rightfully so. I mean, he's been around forever, and he knows what's working for the pitchers.
That one is poked out towards second base, backhanded by Wong, and he throws out Francoeur. He was kind of shading that way. It made it an easier play. The Phillies leave one in scoring position. We'll go to the bottom of the 3rd here in St. Louis. And by Nissan. Choose Nissan today for great offers on our most exciting lineup ever. Shop Nissan.com. Bottom of the 3rd. 3 hits for the Phillies. Cardinals have a base runner thanks to a walk, but Hamels has struck out 4. Cole, over his last 2 outings against the Cardinals, has allowed 2 earned runs in 15 1/3. And I guess if you add the 2 innings tonight, it's now 17 1/3 and 19 strikeouts during that time. Delivers low to John Jay. It's on a 1 ball and no strikes. John Jay hitting down in the 8th spot in this order. He had a lot of success against lefties a season ago. Hit .375 against them. So far this year, 2 for 8. He put together a heck of a season in 2014.
Sure did.
Three balls and one strike.
I completely sold on that 2-1 changeup to the 8-hole hitter.
Yeah, there's ball 4, so it's the second walk issued by Hamels. Citizens Bank Weather Education Day presented by NBC 10. First Alert Weather will be Thursday, May 14th. It's a business person special between the Phillies and the Pittsburgh Pirates. Also after the game, a senior stroll the bases. Order your tickets at Phillies.com. All right, Lackey is up there to try to sacrifice in this spot. Takes high, 1-0. See what his career numbers are as a hitter. 6 for 64.
See, he's not very comfortable up there, buddy.
He didn't like the cutter. Bunted that twice. Foul. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Boy, this could be an out right here for the Phils without the runner advancing the way Lackey's handling the bat.
Be a nice one. Just see him like stabbing at the ball.
Now, if you were catching, would you call something other than a fastball because he's having so much trouble?
Maybe a fastball up. And it doesn't even have to be that high up, or a breaking ball in the dirt. One or the other. You see him just stab at it. You just can't get your arms that extended because you're in a vulnerable position there as a bunter.
It takes low. They did try the curveball. Now 2 balls and 2 strikes. Toyota Major League Scoreboard. The Braves lead the Nationals 5-1. Kelly Johnson 2 RBIs. He's 2 for 3. Game's at the bottom of the 6th. He bunts at it and misses. So they do get a strikeout, number 5 for Hamels, and the runner doesn't advance. And then back to the top of the order for Matt Carpenter. Boy, that's big when you can do that.
That's a poor effort. Poor effort. But hey, Phillies will take it.
Man, it is 6 for 65 now, Ben.
Very true. It's good math, Tom.
Thank you. I added 1. Here's Carpenter, who popped out to Galvis in shallow left. His first time up. Cardinals have hit into 12 double plays.
Talking with Tim McCarver before the game, you and I, and talking about Carpenter. He said he has been a little bit more aggressive on that first pitch this year. Credit some of that success to being more aggressive.
How much do you think Tim McCarver likes Matt Carpenter? I mean, his eyes lit up when he was talking about him in that short period of time that we were discussing it.
Well, what's there not to like? He's a solid baseball player. He's a no batting gloves guy too.
You were a no batting gloves guy.
I was.
He bunts at it and bunts it foul. It's kind of interesting.
Outfield ground ball here, Cole.
He does have John Jay going back to first base on each delivery. Cole has balked twice this year, so he's had to make some adjustments to his pickoff move over to first. Two balls, one strike to Carpenter. Runner goes, pitches inside, throw to second by Ruiz in plenty of time. That was an ineffective delayed steal. At least I think it was a delayed steal, or just a bad jump.
I think it was just a terrible jump. Great throw by Chooch there to get John Jay.
Oh yeah, that's just a bad jump. Although he looked in, I don't think it was a hit and run because Carpenter couldn't do anything with that anyway.
No. It was a good feeling for a catcher to do that. Help your pitcher out. It's also nice when they get a jump like that. You know, you have a little bit more time, set your feet. Don't have to be so quick with your feet where you throw a scud in the second.
Back toward the middle, and the first hit of the night for the Cardinals. A base hit by Matt Carpenter. A 2-out single here in the third. Every time the Phillies pitchers retire the opposition 1-2-3, which Hamels did in the second, Comcast will make a contribution to Phillies charities. Phillies baseball is brought to you by Xfinity, the official entertainment provider of the Philadelphia Phillies. Johnny Peralta batting second for the first time this season. Is up for the second time. He struck out his first time up. Takes off the inside corner. 1 ball, no strikes.
Continues to pound that inside corner. Those righties.
Broke his bat, flares it into right field. Carpenter's around second, and he's going to try for third. The throw by Francoeur is not in time. Cardinals now first and third with 2 outs.
Very aggressive on the part of Carpenter, knowing that Francoeur has a very good arm, knowing that there's 2 outs. But now there's a myriad of ways that he can score here. Best thing that Francoeur does is he keeps this ball very, very low. And Peralta doesn't know whether that ball is going to be cut, go all the way to third. Therefore, he could not advance himself to second base.
Well, as seasoned as Francoeur is, they have talked to him about that this year. They've tried to get him to be better with his throws. You know, not necessarily airmailing them, but throwing them more on a line so they can be cut off. That'll bring Matt Holliday to the plate, one of the hottest hitters with runners in scoring position on the year. Hitting .538, which is third best in all of baseball.
.538 is third best?
Yeah, third best. And he lines that one into left field, a base hit. That'll get a run home. The Cardinals will take the first lead of the night. It's 1-0 on the RBI single by Holliday. Third straight hit for the Cards. And he now has 11 RBIs. Well, the aggressive base running by Carpenter, he may have scored anyway from second.
Yeah, it's just a cutter that doesn't get in enough. And Holliday, for being a big guy, and the guy's a monster of a man, he really does stay through the ball. He's long through. After he gets to contact, he's long after contact.
Well, Matt Adams struck out his first time up. Hamels needs a strikeout here. And it's 1-0. Chopper foul, and it's 2-1. Already 56 pitches for Hamels. All right, so this is Carpenter going into the dugout, being congratulated by his teammates. Look at Matheny putting his arm around him. I wonder if there was a hit and run with John Jay or not, Ben. I mean, he wouldn't have been able to hit the ball anyway.
That was because I just saw Carpenter move the motion like, hey, I couldn't swing. The ball was too far up and in.
So that's why John Jay had such a bad jump off first.
Yeah, you could definitely see he was making that gesture with his hands like, I wanted to swing. I'd have gotten tied up.
Another 3-ball count for Cole. It's 3 balls, 1 strike. And ball 4. That'll load up the bases. 3rd walk of the night. And coming out to the mound is Bob McClure to talk to Hamels.
Just give him a breather. He's throwing a lot of pitches, especially this inning. All this with 2 outs.
Yeah, because the caught stealing, of course, with Carpenter up, was the 2nd out. And then Carpenter's single is what started this rally. It was the first hit of the night. All right, so now you have to be careful with Reynolds. His average is not great with the bases loaded, but he does have 3 career home runs, and he takes a strike. No balls, 1 strike. Inside, 1-1.
Chris Guccione has been very consistent with that pitch. Cole's throwing some in there for a strike, but if they're off the plate, he's not giving it to him.
That one's way inside. Chopper back toward the middle. Utley is there, and he'll throw out Reynolds. Side is retired, but the Cardinals do strike first. They get a run on 3 base hits. They leave them loaded. We'll head to the 4th inning with the Cards up 1-0. Wide selection of Green Mountain Coffee K-Cup pods to keep you running. Order by 11:30 a.m. and get free same-day delivery. Who but WB Mason? Top of the 4th inning, the Phillies trail at 1-0. It'll be Ryan Howard, Cody Asche, and Carlos Ruiz. And, you know, Ben, oh, honestly, Hamels is probably fortunate that he only gave up the 1 run, even though all of it really happened with 2 outs.
Yeah, he was fortunate, especially getting through the heart of that order. You know, he's got 5 strikeouts on the night, and strikeout pitchers throw a lot of pitches, but he's above that tonight.
On the first pitch, Howard grounds it to Adams at first. 3 unassisted, 1 away. And Cody Asche's coming up. Well, the last few years, the Phillies have held this fantastic auction that benefits Phillies charities, and they're going to do it again. It's live now at Phillies.com, featuring great experiences like a private hitting clinic with Chase Utley, lunch with Hall of Famer Phillies manager Ryne Sandberg in his office. The fantastic auction partners include WIP and WPHT. The auction ends May 13th and 14th. They'll stagger the ending of it. Check it out by going to Phillies.com. You can take Cody Asche to your school. That's one of the opportunities.
Be cool.
Asche walked his last time up. He fouls it down the left field line. It's kind of a homecoming for Cody. Went to high school about 35 miles away from downtown St. Louis.
Cody had a very extensive talk with JJ today. Jim Jackson.
Over to second base. Colton Wong is there.
About his Blues losing. No one could have predicted that. Losing to the Minnesota Wild.
Goaltending apparently was the issue last night, Ben. Toyota Major League scoreboard. Mets have defeated the Marlins 3-1. Daniel Murphy's 3-run home run in the 9th inning gave the Mets the victory. Carlos singled his first time up. Takes a strike, 0-1.
Now, I'm not one to say, hey, you have to go up there and take a pitch or two. If you see something, obviously, yeah, you want to go and swing at it. But Cole Hamels threw 29 pitches last night. And then all of a sudden you go out there, John Lackey has 2 outs on 4 pitches.
2 down. Yep.
You know.
And Carlos will loop it into center field, a base hit, so that'll extend the inning, and that's his second hit.
I really liked his first hit that he line drive to right field. Chooch is just getting a little big. Swing's getting a little long, trying to do too much, but his last 2 bats stayed within himself. 1 line drive to right, 1 line drive to center. That's how you can build.
Galvis popped out his first time up. On the outside corner, 0-1. Freddie's comments yesterday before the ball game, we were chatting in the clubhouse about his play that he made the other day at shortstop, the night before actually, and about his swing. You know, he's not at all surprised by the success he's had. He's a very confident young man who obviously has had his utility man career stalled because of injuries the last couple of years. But he said that this is how he envisioned his abilities if he would ever become an everyday player, is what he has done in this first month of the season.
Well, we all think we're going to be hitting 300 in the big leagues.
You should.
Absolutely, you should. And, you know, we really didn't know what we were going to get out of Freddie Galvis, playing every day in the big leagues. What are we going to get out of Freddie? Can he sustain this? Probably not. But what he's doing right now is something he can learn from, and if he does get into a slump, he'll know how to get out of it.
I think that's a good point. I think that's the big point, is if he does start to sputter, he can get himself out of it. How about this stat? 348-4 so far this year with 2 strikes. Coming into the season in the big leagues, he was a 161 hitter when he had 2 strikes.
He's just not swinging at balls in the dirt.
Hits that one softly to the right side. Wong throws him out. And the inning is over. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 man left. So for Lackey so far, he has scattered 4 hits through the first 4 innings. We'll go to the bottom of the 4th. Baseball is brought to you by Chevrolet. Visit your local dealer at ChevyDealer.com. And by McDonald's. Any size hot or iced coffee is just $1. McDonald's. I'm loving it. Bottom of the 4th inning. Cardinals lead at 1-0. Phillies have 4 hits. Cardinals have 3. It'll be Yadier Molina, Colton Wong, and John Jay. Looks like Yadier's dropped some weight since last year, doesn't he?
He's dropped a lot of weight.
He's dropped close to 35 pounds. It's the trimmest I think he's looked in years. And he hits it foul over to the Phillies dugout. He and Jose Oquendo, third base coach for the Cardinals.
You know, I looked at him today and I said, oh, that's not Jose. And then I went, well, that's definitely his face. But he looks great.
Yeah, Jose was a diminutive player during his major league career. But he had gotten a little heavy over the last few years. And he certainly has dropped some lbs since a season ago.
Get rid of that boiler.
0-2 pitch, chopped toward third. Kodiashi's got it, jumps and throws on one hop in time to get Yadier Molina. What a great play by Kodiashi. Obviously, it benefited him that Molina was running, but he still had to throw that on target on one hop.
Well, you had to take that ball deep and get that longer hop. He really has to go farther back and get that longer hop. It does a good thing, gets rid of it very quickly. Ryan Howard, a nice play, taking that behind the first base bag as well. But you're right, it does help that Yadi was running. But a great play there by Kodiashi.
He had a lot on that throw, even though it was a one hopper. Colton Wong is 0 for 1. He takes a 55-footer for a ball, 1-0.
We were sitting up here in the booth today and watching Larry Bowa hit Kodiashi balls at third base, and he was saying on the on-deck circle on the third base side, hitting rockets at Kodiashi. Rockets. Obviously, that's something that they work on together. You're going to help him become a better third baseman.
Chase Utley, a couple of hops to him, and he'll throw out Wong. 2 outs. Hamels needs a quick inning after the 29-pitch third inning. John Jay, who walked his first time up, will be the batter. Curveball, and Utley again to his left a step or two, and there is that easy hitting that Cole Hamels was looking for. 3 straight ground outs. 1, 2, 3 go the Cards. Cody Ashley got it all started from foul territory. A little jump and flip over to first to get Yadier Molina. Tell you what, folks, this is not an easy play. Right there, he's got it, jumps high in the air, and then on target, a one-hopper over to Ryan Howard. Last manager before Mike Matheny to make the postseason in each of his first 3 full seasons. I'll give you a hint. He finished his managerial career, at least up to this point, last year with an American League team. As Hamels grounds one up the middle for a base hit to start the 5th inning.
I was going to say Tony La Russa.
Tony La Russa would be incorrect.
That's why I was going to say that.
There's Tony.
There is Tony.
It's a very nice likeness of him up on the board.
Looks just like him.
He sure does. I will tell you that he took over for a guy that probably could have managed forever if he chose to. But he was his hand-picked successor. That ball is bunted foul by Revere. Jersey guy, by the way. Gardenhire took over for a New Jersey guy. You know the Garden State?
Yes.
A lot of managers have come out of there.
Really?
Yeah, Jeff Torborg. This guy. You give up?
I do.
Ron Gardenhire.
Ron Gardenhire.
Log back on to Phillies.com to find out if you're the winner of a Phillies prize pack. Took over for Tom Kelly. 1-1 to Revere, who is 0 for 2.
I just assumed it had to do something with the Cardinals.
No, the tie-in was Matheny. So we're angling toward Matheny. 1 ball and 2 strikes. I was wondering where the buzzer was.
Thanks for getting that in there, guys in the production cavity.
The roving production cavity.
Roving.
Outside, 2 balls and 2 strikes.
All I remember is Lou Piniella calling him Garden Shower.
Why?
I was talking to that Garden Shower fella. It's Skipper.
Man, managed for a long time.
Sure did.
That one is lined and caught by Lackey. They'll double up Hamels, and there's just nothing the Phillies could do with that. Revere hit it right on the nose, and it's a double play. 2 outs here in the 5th.
I think this is going to hit him right in the breadbasket if he didn't catch it. Good athletic play by John Lackey.
Look at Revere's reaction. He threw his hands right up into the air. Now Odubel Herrera, and Herrera fouls it back. It's 0-1. He is 2 for 2 tonight. His average up to 294. And he slices that one, diving, stopped by Carpenter. He has to hurry in time. Boy, the 2 third basemen are really making some gold glove plays in the last half innings. No runs, 1 hit, and nobody left for the Phillies. Cody Ashe in the bottom of the 4th inning, and Carpenter here in the top of the 5th inning, robbing Odubel Herrera from his 3rd hit of the night, making an outstanding play. Is a unique program that rewards small organizations that create big changes in the community. To learn about Champions in Action and how to get involved, visit citizensbank.com/community. Good banking is simple, clear, and personal, and that's helping you bank better. Citizens Bank. John Lackey will lead it off, and he hits it skyward. Shallow right center field. Chase Utley's under it. And 1 out.
An aggressive hack by a pitcher, wasn't it?
I think he wanted to be 1 and done.
He looked like he was upset he missed it.
Got a high fastball. He wanted to drive it.
Just hit the bottom of it.
Matt Carpenter is 1 for 2. Singled and scored the only run of the night. 15 runs scored now for Carpenter. Play, it's 0-2. All right, so 12 pitches. His last 12 pitches for Hamels, 5 outs. He threw only 8 pitches last inning. He's got 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th inning. The count is 0-2 to Matt Carpenter. 0-2 pitch. Out to left field, Ben Revere. Over toward the line and dives. He can't get it. Oh boy, they better be careful. It didn't fall that far, so Carpenter will go to second, and now we're told that Laz Diaz saw somebody touch it. Well, that's helpful for the Phils, because if that had kept on going, That could have easily been 3 bases for Carpenter because Revere had left his feet.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure, Ben. We have a perfect vantage point up here in the booth, Tom, and it looked like he didn't think that ball was going to slice that much. He started after it, and he just kind of didn't look like he was going full bore.
Gentleman in the black shirt looked like he touched it. Johnny Peralta chops it foul. Well, that is now 14 extra base hits for Matt Carpenter. 11 doubles and 3 home runs. That's second most in Major League Baseball, behind Adrian Gonzalez. 0-1 pitch. He backed off a pitch that was closer to the plate than I think anybody thought. But it's 1-1. One ball, 1 strike to Peralta. 91-mile-an-hour fastball, and it's 1-2. Little dribbler foul, and it remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. There's been innings where Cole has looked very sharp tonight, and other innings where he's really fought his commands.
You get that first pitch out to John Lackey, and then Carpenter has a good at bat and gets a double, and
well, he comes back and throws a good pitch there to get Peralta. 6 strikeouts now for Hamels. That'll bring Matt Holliday to the plate. Let's check in with Murph. Murph.
All right, Tom, thank you very much. Well, you know, when you talk about the last 10 years in Major League Baseball and teams that have had success, you really don't have to go much further in the National League than the 2 teams that you see out on the field here today. It is the subject of our Coors Light Cold Hard Fact. How about the winning percentage over the last 10 years for National League teams? Cardinals right there on top, winning about 55% of their games. 889 wins in that time period. 873 wins for the Phillies. They are in second, followed by the Braves, the Dodgers, and the Brewers. I was a little surprised to see the Brewers there in 5th.
Yeah, the Brewers, I guess, were at least in some races.
Yeah, early in that time period, I guess.
Yeah, but never really put it together to get to the World Series. We're going to walk Matt Holliday here. Yeah, those 5 years the Phillies won consecutive divisional crowns. I mean, those were some special seasons. There's no doubt about it. Ryan Sandberg is, like everybody else, hoping that the Phillies can get back to that winning level. This isn't a bad move, Ben, right?
no, it's the right move. Guy was hitting 538.
It's up to 615 now.
Now it's up to 615 with runners in scoring position.
Yeah, red hot 615.
No brainer.
Yeah, Holliday's the kind of guy that when he gets his foot down, timing wise, he does that, and he's a good hitter, and he's in that mode right now. So Adams will take a breaking ball for a strike. It's 0-1. He hits it foul. No balls, 2 strikes.
Have you ever been to Latrobe, PA, Tom?
I have not been to Latrobe, PA.
Neither have I.
I have a friend that lives in Latrobe, Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
former manager of the Milwaukee Brewers that we just talked about, Ken Maka. No balls, 2 strikes to Adams. And he fouls it again. And a called strike 3. 2 curveballs. And Hamels gets 7 strikeouts on the night. Boy, he left a couple on base, including Carpenter in scoring position. He started out Adams with the curveball, and then he finishes him off with a curveball, and it absolutely froze him at the plate. Rotation, but in no way new to reaching success on the mound. The durable right-hander has been just that for his new team and has been efficiently strong in all 4 starts. Aaron has posted an ERA of 1.37. Opponents are hitting under 200, and he has set a career high, tossing 8 straight quality starts going back to last season. Harang's addition has been a good one, and it's brought to you by Independence Blue Cross. Live fearless. Well, back here at St. Louis, we'll go to the top of the 6th inning. Aaron Harang is, by the way, scheduled to pitch on Wednesday for the Phils against Carlos Martinez. Tomorrow will be Severino Gonzalez for the Phils. He'll be making his major league debut. John Lackey so far 5 innings has allowed 5 hits, no runs. Phillies have left 5. 18 of 21 first pitch strikes for Lackey. And Ellie takes low, 1 ball, 1 strike. Ellie is now 2 for 9 lifetime against Lackey.
I don't care who you are or what you've accomplished in the game. You look up at that scoreboard and it says 117 is your batting average. It's got to be tough. And I know Chase Price, hey, it's early, you know, I'm not concerned about it. But still, that's a tough number to look at.
Yeah, because you can do the math in your head. It's going to take a lot of hits to get that back to where you would think it should be.
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to take he's going to have to make up a lot of ground to get it back where he thinks it should be. He's not alone, though, in this Phillies lineup. Although Ruiz is up over 200 with his 2 hits in tonight's game. Swing and a miss.
Chase is a guy that always has a late trigger. You see him not really get set till the pitcher's just about to release the ball. But I'm looking at him. I'm just seeing him kind of in between right now. Like he looks unsettled at the plate. Jumpy.
In the air to right center field. John Jay on the run out toward the track to the wall, and he makes the catch. Not as deep as the first one Utley hit, but pretty close. There's one out here in the 6th inning.
I don't know, Tom. I'm telling you, they might be in the exact same spot on the warning track.
You think so?
That's what Yogi said, right? Deja vu all over again. I'm telling you, that was exactly in the same spot. That's amazing. Just a hair off the end of the bat, but a good swing.
To me, the first one sounded like he got it a little bit better, but as you said, the second one off the end of the bat. Francoeur behind, no balls and 1 strike. He's 0 for 2. Gets that one over to second base. Wong.
It's a quick infield, isn't it?
It sure is.
It is a quick infield. You and I were talking before the game about the grass down there. Beautiful field. Looks like it plays nicely, but the ball really scoots.
Well, take a look at the first one from Chase Utley. You know what? You're right. You are absolutely right.
And this is the second one, so a little bit to the left.
But the same depth in the warning track.
Exactly the same.
Howard is 0 for 2. It's that one out toward left field. Matt Holliday is under it. And this is going to turn out to be an easy inning for John Lackey. 1, 2, 3 go the Phils. So far, 11 ground ball outs for John Lackey. That inning alone, just 9 pitches for him. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th here in St. Louis. Provider of the Philadelphia Phillies. Buy Toyota. Where will Toyota take you? Visit buyatoyota.com to find out. Toyota, let's go places. And by Jefferson, where health is all we do. Call 1-800-JEFF-NOW or visit jefferson.edu. Bottom of the 6th inning. Pitchers duel going on. Little different approaches for both pitchers. Cole Hamels will face Mark Reynolds to begin the bottom of the 6th. Reynolds is 0 for 2. And Phillies have an overshift on with 3 infielders on the left side of the diamond. Ryan Howard all by himself on the right side. If ever there's a pull hitter, Mark Reynolds is a pull hitter. They've done this alignment with Dan Uggla from the Atlanta Braves, or excuse me, from the Washington Nationals now. 0-2. Oh, 2 pitch to Reynolds. And a little high, 1-2. And a foul tip hung on to by Ruiz. Reynolds is now 0 for 15 when the opposing pitcher gets 2 strikes on him. Teva Respiratory Asthma Awareness Night will be Monday, May 11th, when the Phillies battle the Pittsburgh Pirates. All part of a 4-game series. All fans will receive the Phillies cap, the gray one, compliments of Teva. You can order tickets by going to Phillies.com. 8 strikeouts now for Hamels, and Molina taps it to the right side. Howard has time to get back to the bag. 2 outs.
I think Yachty just ran a 7-4 to first.
Did you find your speed diminishing more and more as you got older as a catcher?
I always ran hard.
Did you always run fast?
No. But I always ran hard. I'm telling you, sometimes I had to score from second or first on either double or triple. Or I remember running from third to home thinking, why am I going uphill?
Why is this piano on my back? 0-1 to Colton Wong. Yeah, I would think that even for you as a pitcher, you probably had to retrain. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong about this. Did you have to retrain your legs, get them stronger? I mean,
no, I mean, say what you want, but I don't think anybody's legs were stronger than mine when I was catching. I mean, I would go in the weight room, just do extensions and presses and lunges, and I'm squatting for 9 innings.
Yeah.
You know, and for 6, 7.5 months a year, so they had to be strong.
But as a catcher, I mean, you were probably at a certain point speed-wise when you were younger, and then as you caught more and more, did it diminish as the years went on?
No, I don't think so. And not to be funny, but I just wasn't that fast. And
right.
I don't think I could have gotten that much slower because of my lack of speed. You know, some men are blessed with good arms. Some men are blessed with good wheels.
Wong pops it up. Mile high.
Oh, man.
Foul territory. First base side. Ruiz tosses the mask aside at the last moment to make the catch. That's a 10-pitch 6th inning for Hamels. We've played our first 6 on to the 7th in a 1-0 game. Again, Cole Hamels, each with 6 innings. Hamels has allowed 1 run. Lackey is not allowed a run. Hamels has struck out 8. Now Lackey's done it more with contact. He has 11 ground ball outs. Odubel Herrera and Carlos Ruiz each with 2 hits for the Phils. Mike Matheny's made some defensive adjustments. John Jay will move from center field to right field, and Peter Borges will take over in center. Get Mark Reynolds out of the game. A little better defense with a 1-0 lead. Cody Ashley leads it off.
Get something going this inning here.
Seriously. I mean, I know Hamels has walked a few batters, and you know that the third inning was somewhat problematic for him. Ground ball off the glove of Adams into shallow right center field. A base hit for Cody Ashley. So that'll get things started for the Phils here in the 7th. And everybody knows the numbers, but Cole Hamels, the Phillies are scoring 1.49 runs per game when he's out on the mound this year. And that doesn't include tonight. Obviously, that number is going to go down if they don't put a run up on the board here. Carlos Ruiz is 2 for 2. Runner goes, pitches line to right field, a base hit. Ashley's on his way to third. And he'll get there standing. Carlos Ruiz is 3 for 3, and the Phils have first and third with nobody out. Boy, 3 good at bats from Carlos Ruiz. He's got his average up to 245, but more importantly, the Phils have something going here in the top of the 7th inning to start things off.
Just keep it going. Just keep it going.
Boy, Ashley didn't even peek.
No. Well, you know, on that ball that's hit, if it's going to be that far, if the right fielder has to move that far left, you know you can take that extra base without even looking. I don't care if Raul Mondesi, Roberto Clemente out in right field. You're still going to make it.
So Galvis is up. Galvis is 0 for 2, and he whacks the first pitch foul. It's 0-1.
Good swing there by Freddie. You'll see guys do that, smell that bat. He'll get a foul ball. Literally the bat is burning. It's you know, from the contact from the horse side of the ball and the bat, you can smell it. It's such a cool smell.
He pokes it toward third, backhanded by Carpenter, who comes home. They've got Ashley caught in a rundown. And Ashley's tagged out by Yadier Molina. 5-2 on the putout. All right, Ben, explain to everybody why the runner goes from third on that particular play.
Well, it's on a contact play. I assume Carpenter was going to go to second base and get the double play. But you think about it's a 1-run ball game. The Cardinals still have 3 at bats if they were to tie that up. But it ends up being a smart play here by Carpenter. With the pitcher coming up, you know, you can take those chances.
Boy, by going over by Ashley, he was closer to that play. So now Hamels is up and he bunts over toward third. Lackey backhands. His play is to first in time, and the Phillies have second and third with 2 outs. One 4 on the putout to retire Hamels, and Ben Revere is the batter.
I guess in a 1-run ball game, that is the proper play.
Well, I was always taught that if it's first and third with less than 2 outs, if you're the runner at third, you're going to go on contact because you're going to try to entice them to come home so they don't turn a double play. So now the rally is still alive, even though there's 2 outs and runners on second and third.
Yeah, but I'll take a double play when I can get them.
Yeah. Game of inches, though. I mean, Carpenter came over to get closer to Ashley to keep him close, and by doing that, he was right in the line of that ball. 0-1 to Ben Revere, and Revere hits it down the left field line. Holiday can't get it. It's a fair ball. It'll be a ground rule double, and the Phillies will take the lead. It's 2-1 Phils here in the top of the 7th inning. Fifth extra base hit of the season for Ben Revere, and the Phils have erased the deficit.
Anyway, Ben. Staying inside that baseball and just sneaking it inside the fair line down the left field line.
Yep, that was fair by, boy, a couple inches.
Another one out there, Odubel. Trade places with him. Why not?
Odubel has 2 hits tonight. He's 2 for 3. Takes a curved ball. It's 0-1. So Cole Hamels has the lead. No balls and 1 strike to Herrera. And he pops it up foul and out of play.
Now it looks like maybe taking that double play would have been the wiser move. It's just, you never know.
Yeah, I mean, it's an argument that goes, I mean, people have it all the time about whether a runner should freeze, whether he should go home, what he should do. 0-2 pitch to Herrera. Just a bit outside, 1-2. Lacking just 18 balls, 62 strikes in today's game. That was part of the issue for him coming in. Command.
Well, he's had great command tonight, both sides of the plate.
.26 first pitch strikes, 29 batters faced.
That's ridiculous.
He still was allowed 8 hits.
Yeah.
That one's pulled into right field, a base hit. Rounding third, heading for home is Revere. The throw to the plate by John Jay on one hop, not in time. The throw to second to get Herrera is in time. The Phillies take a 3-1 lead, an RBI single for Odubel Herrera. For Herrera, it's his 3rd hit of the night. The Phils scored 3 runs here in the 7th inning. It was Ben Revere who gave the Phils the lead just inside the line, down the left field line. A ground rule double. Phils lead it by 2. All right, Layla, we return here to Busch Stadium with the Phillies on top 3-1. Here in the bottom of the 7th inning, Cole Hamels has a 2-run lead to work with, and he's facing John Jay. 1 ball, no strikes to Jay. And he takes a strike. It's 1-1. It's interesting. We were talking about that double play ball where Carpenter, instead of turning 2, came home to get Cody Ashe. You break down that whole inning. If he had gone for the double play, and he would have turned the double play with a good throw, it would have been a 1-1 game, and the pitcher coming up to maybe get the last out in that 7th inning.
And there's so many different ways you could look at that.
Absolutely.
That's why you just have to, especially as an infield, you have to think ahead all the time. All the time. Who's up? If I go to my left, can I make this play? If I go to my right, where am I going to? It's just so many variables that can happen. I mean, it's one thing to be an instinctive baseball player, but there's times where you just have to think ahead. I just asked LA in the booth next to us, and Larry said he would have gone home with it.
Oh, he would have?
Yes.
Okay.
He said 1 run. 1-run ball game.
2-2 pitch. Out of play, and it remains 2-2.
We never listen to him anyway, though, do we, Tom?
He is funny, though. We listen to his jokes. I think I've heard him say, you know, a guy walked into a bar 1,000,000 times over the years.
Is he talking about himself?
Some years ago, he may have been. Five pitches for Hamels. Nobody loosening up in the pen. 2 balls and 2 strikes to John Jay. And a breaking ball called strike 3. 9 strikeouts for Hamels. That curveball's been pretty good for him tonight.
It's been very good. It's been very good. You see that little flinch there by John Jay.
Pulling a doubleheader at the office, look no further than W.B. Mason's wide selection of Green Mountain Coffee K-Cup pods to keep you running. Ordered at 11:30 a.m. and get free same-day delivery. Who but W.B. Mason? Well, here's Tony Cruz, who will pinch hit for the Cardinals. They have 3 catchers. They brought up a 3rd catcher today, Cody Stanley, to replace Wainwright on the roster, because they weren't sure about Yadier Molina's knee. So they have the benefit of using Cruz as a pinch hitter. 1 ball, no strikes to him. Out of play, 1-1.
Watching that injury to Wainwright reminded me of we were in spring training with the Padres and went down to play the White Sox in Tucson, and Carlos Hernandez was their catcher. He did pretty much the same thing. Took a swing, popped it up, slipped on home plate, and it rolled up all the way up in the back of his calf. And the stadium went silent because Los was screaming, just screaming. And it's a painful. I mean, knock on wood, I've never had it done, and hopefully I won't. But I mean, just to see the pain that he was in, and obviously Waino is going to be in that same boat.
Well, just think about Ryan Howard.
Yeah.
1-2 pitch. Chopper, right side. Utley's got it. Yeah, there are 2 outs. Luis Garcia starts the throw in the pen. And now Matt Carpenter is 2 for 3. A double, a single, popped out to short. Carpenter takes down. 1 ball, no strikes. Hamels trying to get through this 7th inning and then turn it over to the bullpen for the 8th inning and the 9th inning. The curveball. We don't have an exact count of how many curveballs he's thrown tonight, but I think once the numbers come out tomorrow, this may be, well, I think this will be the most he's thrown all year. But it's the most he's thrown in a long time.
You know why they're not swinging at it? Because they're not looking for it. Because it's not a pitch that he's thrown a lot in his career.
Well, that's the 15th curveball of the night. Shallow center field. Herrera comes in, makes the catch. And the side is retired. 7 in a row retired by Hamels. His night is most likely done. It's 3-1 Phils. We'll see if they can add to their lead when we return. By W.B. Mason. You can't go wrong when you buy right. And buy your Delaware Valley Honda dealers. Hurry to your local Del Val Honda dealer or visit DelValHondaDealers.com today. Cole Hamels walking around in the dugout. He's over 100 pitches. He has a 3-1 lead. The Phillies have Ken Giles warming up in the bullpen. And if that's it for Hamels, hats off to him, because there were times where he struggled with his command tonight, but really did a nice job. He struck out 9 batters. And he just made Jerome Williams laugh in the dugout. So he's ending with a little sense of humor.
Well, hopefully he can fill up that left-hand column in his stats.
Amen.
He's holding court down there. Every reason to smile after that outing. It was wonderful.
Well, Kevin Segrist will be the new pitcher for the Cardinals. And he delivers a strike. It's 0-1. Segrist is an interesting story. He's from Florida. Went to Palm Beach College down in Florida. When he was a senior in high school, he was 5 feet 11 inches. Threw in the low 80s. Was cut from his high school baseball team as a freshman. 0-1 pitch to Utley. Swing and a miss. 0-2. Scouts were going to Palm Beach to watch other pitchers, and they had seen Segrist before in other amateur games. Didn't think anything of him because he was small. And all of a sudden, they went to watch another player while he was in college, and they said, well, who's that guy throwing 89 miles an hour and standing 6'5"? Line drive caught by Peralta. And the coaches told him who it was. He went from 5'11" to 6'5" by the time he was in college. And all of a sudden his velocity jumped anywhere between 8 and 10 miles an hour, depending on what pitch he threw. He was kind of a sidewinder, 3/4 guy when he was younger, and then the Cardinals basically changed him to be what he is right now. That's 92 inside to Francoeur.
It's an amazing story. You never know.
You never know. Kids develop at a different pace. Francoeur lifts it to shallow left center field. Borges and Holiday. 2 outs. Ryan Howard's coming up. Let's check in with Murph with the Major League Notebook. Murph.
All
All right, thank you very much, Tom. Well, tonight's Orioles-White Sox game at Camden Yards was postponed tonight in the wake of those violent protests that are happening in and around the city of Baltimore near the ballpark. The riots are results of the death of a 25-year-old man who died while in police custody. There is no word on when or where those games may be made up at this point. Some bad news for the Dodgers. Their starter, Brandon McCarthy, out for the season. He needs Tommy John surgery. He had started the season 3-0. Dodgers are dealing with some injuries to some of their pitchers for sure. And also, we told you a couple of days ago about the Josh Hamilton deal. Well, that is now official. Josh Hamilton is headed back to the Texas Rangers. He will be part of their lineup, they think, in about a month's time. He'll be ready to come back and play at the major league level. So Hamilton headed back to Texas. Guys?
Yeah, he was reporting to their training camp in Arizona, where he's going to begin, I think, in the next couple of days, training to get ready.
And Tom, I mentioned Brandon McCarthy. We should also mention another McCarthy, Mama McCarthy. Happy birthday to her.
Yeah,
she's watching.
My mom, Helene, is celebrating a birthday today.
Very nice.
Happy birthday, Mom. Did you guys call her to wish her happy birthday?
I texted her, but it's late.
All right, good. 1 ball, 1 strike to Ryan Howard. Outside, 2-1.
No, to Seagrass, 85% fastballs. 85%. It's not that overpowering. He's 90-92.
I think it's interesting because he's thrown a couple pretty good curveballs too.
Yeah.
Two balls, 2 strikes to Howard. 0 for 3. And he serves that one into left center field, a base hit.
Stay on that pitch. And he has looked a little bit more comfortable. He still has some funky swings. But to stay down on that ball, that was a tough pitch to hit. It really was. But he stayed down on it, didn't try and do too much with it. And he stayed long through the ball. He pulls off that. It's a ground ball to the right side every time.
It's been a long time, I think, since we've seen him punch a single that way. Here's Cody Ashe, who's been very good tonight. 1 for 2 with a walk. Outside, 1-0. He's also made a nice play over at third.
Now we do hope, to get off the baseball subject for a second, that the folks in Baltimore are okay.
Yeah, what's happening in Baltimore, Maryland, you know, Murph was talking about the game being canceled as Cesar Hernandez will come in a pinch run for Ryan Howard. That's a shame, but what's happening in Baltimore is absolutely sad.
It's ugly.
So Howard will leave, and Darren Ruff most likely will come into play first base in the bottom of the 8th inning. 1 ball and no strikes to Cody Ashe.
Nice being back in the booth with you, Tom. I missed you.
What'd you do while you were away, by the way?
Went to a lot of Little League games.
A lot of Little League games, a lot of lacrosse games.
Folded a lot of laundry.
1 ball and no strikes to Ashe. Yeah, that's a strike. 1-1. Yeah, whereas you go, would you say about 20 minutes away from the stadium? That's where you live, about 20 minutes away? Half hour?
45 minutes west. Yeah.
If you were in New Jersey, it'd be like 35. You drive a little faster. Matt went home to Canada today. Go visit the motherland. 1 ball and 1 strike to Cody. With a quick toss over to first. Hernandez back.
Terry Mulholland move.
Step off and throw.
He was so good at it.
Check swing. It's called a strike. 2-2.
I wouldn't be surprised to see Hernandez run here. Brought in for a reason.
There he goes. Swing and a miss. She is struck out. Phillies lead 1. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 man left. Middle of the 8th inning. The Phils try to open up this homestand with a victory. Play of the game.
Yadier Molina hits one down the third baseline. Cody Ashley gets to it. Does the Derek Jeter jump throw. First baseline Howard, a good clean pick over there at first. For the Hyundai defensive play of the game.
Yeah, brought to you by your local Hyundai dealers. All part of what has been a crisp game. Phillies 3 runs on 10 base hits tonight. We'll go to the bottom of the 8th inning. They lead it by 2. Darren Rupp will take over at first base. Ken Giles takes over on the mound. Kenny now in his 10th ball game, 8 strikeouts and 8 1/3. And he'll face Johnny Peralta, Matt Holliday, Matt Adams, 2, 3, and 4. For the Cardinals, the leaders in the Central, they're 2 games up over the Chicago Cubs for the division lead. The Cubs are leading their ball game over the Pirates 4-0 in the 9th. Slider, and it's 1-1. Fastball in the air to center field. Herrera has room out there. And 1 away. Follow the Phillies all season in 2015 with MLB.com At Bat, the #1 app for live baseball. At Bat is up to the moment at any moment with in-game highlights, live look-ins, replay reviews, radio broadcasts, StatCast, and more. Get MLB.com At Bat for your smartphone or tablet. Matt Holliday has walked twice. He's also driven in the only run for the Cardinals in a fastball at 94 miles an hour. Ken Giles and Jake Diekman are two guys that Ryan Sandberg has talked about their velocity where it is right now. He's hoping as the season moves on that velocity will increase back to where it normally is.
Velocity does play a big role, but if he dots a fastball inside corner just like that was at 93. Yeah, last year he was throwing 100, 101, but I didn't see that location.
No, and his slider, compared to where he was at this point last year in Reading, his slider is phenomenal, and that really has been his out pitch this season.
Well, it's been the one pitch he can consistently throw for a strike.
Upstairs, and it's 2-2. That's a veteran right-hander Matt Delisle who's throwing for the Cards. Swing and a miss. He got him with the slider. Ruiz will pick it out of the dirt and throw to Ruff at first. 2 outs. That's 10 strikeouts for Phil's pitching tonight. Now Larry Boa trying to move Cody Ashe over to the right side of the diamond.
I wish Larry got into the game a little more.
Oof. He's thinking fastball, and he didn't have anything. He couldn't do anything with that.
Now that slider was all depth. I mean, that went straight down. It had no tilt on it.
Fly ball down the left field line. That'll be off the warning track and into the crowd.
Great pitch.
Yeah, just missed.
Great pitch, though. See, when you don't have that 99, 100, you have to pitch. You just can't go out there and throw, because you can get away with a 100-mile-an-hour fastball. It's belt high down the middle.
And a called strike 3, 92 right at the knees. Ken Giles with back-to-back strikeouts. 11 strikeouts tonight for Phillies pitching. They work a 1-2-3-8 inning. We'll go to the 9th. Phil's on top 3-1 over the Cardinals. $8. A great value for families. It's available for select weekends at Citizens Bank Park. You can go to Phillies.com to check it out. 4 tickets, 4 hot dogs, 4 sodas. What a bargain. The Phillies lead at 3-1. We'll go to the top of the 9th inning. Matt Belisle is the new pitcher for the Cards, the veteran right-hander. And he will face Carlos Ruiz, Freddie Galvis, and Darren Ruff, who came on to play first base. See Belisle's numbers. First pitch is in there. Carlos has had a heck of a night. He's 3 for 3. He's raised his average to 245. Now that may not seem like a whole lot, but he was at 196 at the start of tonight's ball game.
Gotta make him feel good, though.
That one's down the left field line. That's going to be his 4th hit of the night. And it'll go toward the corner. Ruiz on his way to second. And he'll be there standing with his first double, first extra base hit of the season.
Now that's going to make him feel really good.
Absolutely. All right, so if you're Galvis, my thought is you're bunting here to give Ruff a chance with less than 2 outs and a runner at third. Good swing.
Very good swing. And that's, you take advantage of a pitcher's mistake. That's when you hit the doubles and triples and home runs. When the pitcher makes a mistake, you being the guy that put in the work in the batting cage, you're the guy that realized that mistake. That's when you hit the home runs. It's a hanging breaking ball. Chooch stayed inside himself, stayed inside and drove it out to left field.
Galvis shows bunt, takes low, 1-0. Papelbon warming up in the pen. And he bunts it toward third. He bunts it foul. And he bunts it toward third again. It is a fair ball. Carpenter hurries the throw in time to get Galvis. Sacrifice is successful. 5-3 on the put out. Darren Ruff is coming up. Let's go to Greg Murphy for an update. Murph.
All right, thanks, Tom. Well, we've been keeping you updated on Dom Brown as he continues his rehab assignment at the Lehigh Valley. Lehigh Valley lost tonight 7-4 to Durham at the Lehigh Valley. 1 for 5 was Dom Brown with an RBI single. He got that off of Andy Oliver. But there was some talk today with Ryan Sandberg about the plans for Dom Brown, and the bottom line is he's eligible after tomorrow's game to come off the DL and come back to the big leagues. But that decision hasn't been made yet. Ryan Sandberg saying today that they will have discussions about that, presumably tonight or tomorrow afternoon, or even after tomorrow night's game, whether or not that Dom Brown will be joining the team in St. Louis. But as of right now, no decisions have been made about whether or not Dom Brown will be coming to St. Louis on Wednesday, which is the first day that he's able to do so.
1-0 pitch to Ruff, and Ruff hits it back toward the middle, knocked down by Wong. Here comes Ruiz. He'll score. It's an RBI for Ruff, and it's 4-1 Phillies. So the putout goes 4-3. Ruff picks up the ribby. And it's all because of Ruiz's leadoff double.
It wasn't pretty, but it got the job done.
It sure did.
A steak is a steak is a steak.
Ben Revere is 1 for 4 with a A 2-run double his last time up. He hits that one to deep left field. Holiday going back and makes the catch. That'll do it for the Phils here in the top of the 9th inning. But they added insurance run. It's still a safe situation for Jonathan Papelbon, who will come in to try to close the door here in the 9th. Inside the Phillies clubhouse, Carlos Ruiz will be talking about his upcoming bowling event. Plus, Jonathan Papelbon explains how he went from college outfielder to one of the best closers in the big leagues. Watch Phillies clubhouse presented by Mercedes-Benz. Coming up tonight at 11:30 here on Comcast Sportsnet. It's 4-1. Phillies on top. Will go to the bottom of the 9th inning. And now it's time for our W.B. Mason delivery of the game. All right, Ben, it took a little while, but Ben Revere was able to give the Phils the lead.
He gets a fastball inside, stays inside enough, and keeps it inside the line enough for a pair, and to put the Phillies up 2-1. And that is our W.B. Mason delivery of the game.
They have since added a couple more runs, so now Papelbon is trying to pick up his 5th save of the season. He's inching closer to the Phillies' all-time saves list, or saves leaderboard. He is 2 away from Jose Mesa. Jose had 112 in his career with the Phils. Papelbon with 110. Overall, Papelbon has 329, which is tied for 14th most in Major League history. If Papelbon is able to exceed the 112 that Mesa put up, he would become the 2nd closer to lead 2 teams in saves. Jason Hayward leads it off as a pinch hitter, takes a strike. It's 0-1. The only other guy to be the all-time leader in saves for 2 different franchises,
Rob Nen.
Rob Nen, Giants and Marlins. 0-2.
And that stutter step with his left leg. He'd bring it down, take another, tap his toe, and then.
I don't know how he did it. I don't know how he did it.
What a slider he had.
The ball's at 2 strikes to Hayward. Inside, 1-2.
That sound like it got him from up here?
It did sound like it got him.
Huh.
Hayward did not start tonight because of the groin injury he sustained in yesterday's game. We mentioned that he went through batting practice and took some fly balls. He was moving around out in the outfield during BP. He's wearing the number 22. His manager gave him that number once he was acquired from the Atlanta Braves. Swing and a miss. He got him with a split. So Papelbon has a strikeout here in the bottom of the 9th inning. The Phils 2 outs away from picking up a victory to start this road trip.
Nasty splitter there. Late movement, straight down. Very good pitch there by Paps.
Trying to join John Wetlands as number 13 all time in saves. cool names just ahead of him. Wally Fingers, Randy Myers.
Sure are.
Yadier Molina takes outside. It's 1-0.
Seemed like there's been a Molina catching somewhere in the big leagues for the last 20 years.
I thought Benji was the best all around until the last 5 or 6 years of Yadier's career.
Now, I was in Seattle, and our bullpen coach Orlando Gomez. You know, we're playing the Angels, and Benji obviously was always catching for the Angels. He said, "There's another one coming," and he goes, "He's better than all of them." I said, "No way." He said, "This guy can throw it." Because Benji had a couple Gold Gloves, you know.
Benji was a much better hitter than Yadier the first part of Yadier's career, and then Yadier figured some things out.
Yes,
became a better hitter. One-two pitch. Now towards center field. Herrera scampers a little bit, and there are 2 outs. Reminder, after the ballgame, Ricky Metallico will break down tonight's road trip opener between the Phils and the Cards. Only on Cure Auto Insurance presents Phillies Postgame Live. Well, this will be a nice way to start this 10-game road trip. And then feed into Severino Gonzalez's major league debut tomorrow. Colton Wong is the batter. And he takes strike 1. Well, he's got everything working here tonight. 11 pitches so far for Papelbon, and everything's around the strike zone. No balls, 2 strikes to Wong. Well, a reminder, tomorrow night we'll be on the same time at 8 Eastern. Same bat channel. First pitch is scheduled for 8:15 back east. 1 hour time difference here in St. Louis. 1-2 pitch and a foul ball.
Not a fan of the 7:15 start. Started 7:05.
It's their pregame show. Ben trying to get a little extra time. That one's pulled down the right field line. That'll be an extra base hit. It was not touched by a fan, and Wong will easily get to second base. So 2-out double. And John Jay is scheduled to bat for the Cards. 4th double of the year for Wong.
He just elevates that splitter there. I believe it was. Rifles it down the right field line.
John Jay is 0 for 2. He's grounded out. He has struck out. He walked his first time up. That was in the 3rd when the Cardinals scored their lone run. 90-mile-an-hour fastball in there. 0-1.
Jay is to reach and bring the tying run to the plate. I would assume it'd be Stanley. Catcher they just brought up with another lefty. They already used Cruz and Gorgeous and Hayward. Cosma's not.
Not going to pop one out. Yeah, not going to pop one under the yard. Out of play. It's 1-2. So down to the final strike again. Papelbon is ahead. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here's Cody Stanley. Now the 1-2 pitch. Oh, he hit it. That will bring the tying run to the plate. Bob McClure going out to talk to Papelbon. Well, it got a little dicey in yesterday's ball game. The home run by Alberto Callaspo, and now the tying run's coming to the plate after this hit by pitch.
He was trying to bring that two-seamer back in, front door that to John Jay. Perhaps just pulls that pitch, doesn't get really extension through that ball and just yanked it left.
Well, Stanley last year hit 12 home runs in Double-A. He had his first major league hit in yesterday's ball game. Fouls the first pitch back. It's 0-1.
Big rip there.
Fouls it away. 0-2. Stanley was hitting .216 at AAA when he was called up. The 0-2 pitch to him. Swing and a miss. He got him with a splitter. Ruiz will pick it out of the dirt. Fire to first in time. And Jonathan Papelbon has closed the door on a victory for the Phils. They win it 4-1 to start this 10-game road trip. And for Papelbon, he moves one step closer to tying Jose Mesa for the most saves in Phillies history. That's number 111. And Ben Revere's base hit is what fueled the Phils. It gave them the lead for good. And then Cole Hamels was able to pitch a scoreless 7th inning and then turn over to the bullpen, which was able to secure the victory for Hamels, his first of the year, and for the Phillies it's win number 8 on the season. Well, here's our Chevrolet player of the game. Hamels battled his command in one inning tonight, Ben, but then was able to figure things out.
Yeah, deservedly so of this tonight. He was the player of the game, and he had all 4 pitches working. One pitch in particular was great, was that breaking ball. He threw it effectively to righties and lefties. Got some guys looking at it. He was just absolutely phenomenal tonight. You see another breaking ball right here to Adams to ring him up.
15 curveballs tonight, Ben.
15 curveballs, and we'll send it down to Greg Murphy along with Carlos Ruiz.
All right, thank you very much, guys. Yep, here with Carlos Ruiz. Let's talk about your offensive night first. 4 hits, your first extra base hit of the season as well. I guess you were seeing the ball pretty well tonight.
Yeah, definitely. I'm real happy with myself. I feel like the last couple of games, I got my swing back, and I'm fortunate to have 4 hits today, and that was big, you know, and then also we got a W, so that's great, too.
Yeah, you get the W, and that's certainly a good way to start a very long road trip. And over the last couple of days, the team's been playing some pretty good baseball.
Oh, yeah, definitely. We play some good defense, and, you know, we put some offense right there, and we score some runs, and they make it more easy for us. So I hope, you know, we continue to do that.
You had the best seat in the house to watch Cole Hamels tonight. He was really good. The guys were just talking about 15 curveballs he threw tonight, which is a lot for him, but it seemed like everything was working for him.
Yeah, you know what? I think the changeup today was not there, but we had a curve, you know, we had to